What is up, everyone? Monster Michael Todd here, July 10th, 31 days out from East versus West 14. I've got some big news. I'm gonna let Rebecca check audio, wait for a few more people to get on, and then I'm gonna discuss what we have going on. I'm gonna be doing a workout today with Jeremy Parker. We're gonna talk about East versus West 13 and how crazy and amazing that card was. And then, like I said, we're gonna announce potential, what would you call it, sweetheart? Potential changes for East versus West 14. Let's see what happens. So, who do we have on so far, sweetie?
Hang on a second. How is the sound? Ask everyone, how's the sound?
How is the sound, everyone? I've been told to ask you guys that. We do have the echo here in the new Monster Factory. Rebecca's like, you didn't make this right for audio, and I'm like, yeah, but I made it awesome for training. So we'll just have to, that's always a post-edit thing that she gets to work on, but when we do it live, we have to do it this way. And today's circuit,
Sounds good.
we're doing a chest workout, and Jeremy is pretty competitive with me on a lot of the workouts. His chest isn't quite as strong, so what I decided today is we're gonna do reverse wrist rolls, forward wrist rolls, 50 flex grippers, both hands, 10 pronation engaged back pressures, and then 30 push-ups. And we're gonna do 5 rounds. So it's a total of 150 push-ups, 10 rounds reverse, 10 rounds are forward, 250 flex grippers, and a total of 50 pronation engaged back pressures. Once we finish that, we will do 5 minutes of pronated rope pulling and then 5 minutes of rice bucket. These have been my daily, every single day training, along with my pronation lift. You guys have been seeing that. I also added in a set of 50, started off at 110 pounds on the cupping machine, went up to 115. I have one more day at 115, I'll go up to 120. So basically 50 reps, one set every day, increasing by 5 pounds every 5 days. What you got?
So I've got some questions here.
Hit me up, baby. Hit me
I
up.
want to say hey to everybody that is on. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's a great time for you guys to share this feed to one of your social media platforms or all your social media platforms. Send some text out to your friends, tell them to jump on because Michael has got some news. Now I'm behind the camera today because we've had a very rough night.
Man, we have had a rough one for sure. It's been crazy. We got sick Bandit in the floor here, but he's doing better. But yeah, so the Hummer went out yesterday. I went to go pick up, some marketplace, found some 33-pound Olympic plates along with Olympic bar and some other stuff for like $60. Great deal, crazy. Well, it ends up costing me $333 to get the Hummer towed. So that great deal on the freeways did not really work out for me. And I was there for 3 hours prior to that. Then I get home and we have Bandit, who Rebecca was really concerned about, took him to emergency ER vet and had x-rays done. Didn't have his stomach pumped, but what'd y'all do? Induced vomiting, a bunch of stuff.
Vomiting,
yeah, so he must have eaten something, and we don't know what, potentially a poisonous frog, because the dude broke out in hives so bad last night, it was crazy. But yeah, so he's on the mend right now. We got him checked out again this morning. They're like, just keep watching. So, and then we had to take the RV because we were heading out. I have a very cool podcast that I'll be doing this next Monday that I'll be able to tell you guys more about down the road. What were the questions, sweetheart?
Okay, we have got Jeremy Parker sending a hashtag, let it break. Don't you need rest days for recovery is what Alan Evil is asking.
So before you go to the next question, what I'm doing is a daily, just like a guy who goes to work as a manual labor every single day, just breaking down. And then the 7 days I rest prior, or 8 days I rest prior to East versus West 14. Now, I did take a 2-day break for our anniversary in July 3rd, July 4th. But I had done 2 days of pronation lifts ahead. So I still got all the work in. I just took those 2 days off from my normal training. And if something like that happens over these next, we're 31 days, so I have 24 more days of workouts. Over these next 23, 24 days, whatever, if my body says take a break, I'll take a break. Otherwise, keep pushing forward.
Okay, and we have got Anna and his Con. I'm sorry, I cannot say your name. He's sending the same question over and over, but he says, please tell me how many times we should train arm wrestling in a week.
Like on the table, Devin arm wrestles every day. And when I first started arm wrestling, when I was a kid, like I've been doing this for 34 years, and I used to arm wrestle, and even prior to arm wrestling, just arm wrestling in school, we'd arm wrestle every single day. So I think arm wrestling is one of those things, the more you do it, the better you get. the more conditioned your tendons and ligaments get. So you could potentially arm wrestle every day. But if you're like most clubs, they'll have practice once or twice a week. I know how to arm wrestle. Most guys who've been arm wrestling as long as me, we know how to arm wrestle. Then it comes down to getting stronger in the movements, getting stronger in the arm wrestling specific exercises, and sometimes just getting stronger in fundamental strength helps.
Okay, 1 second.
Jeremy Parker, where are you at? You should already be here. You should be walking in right now.
He will be here.
All right, because we're about to kick this party up, get this party started for sure.
Okay, guys.
I do have a really good pronation lift that I'll be dropping on Instagram here shortly and Facebook. And then, like, if you follow the YouTube, as you're here right now, you can see what I'm doing on YouTube as well.
Phil Woody from the UK, he says, where'd it go? Monster's got to burn off all that sourdough brownies. Those look tasty.
I'm telling you, that woman can cook. She is all about this sourdough stuff. And I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot.
Brian Mayers, he says, did you guys get a bunch of flooding too?
Man, we got hit low. So this one's crazy. So just go ahead and tell you how it is around the Monsters house. We had the sirens go off, 3 times? The tornado sirens went off 3 times in the night, honey?
Uh-huh.
So 3 times. The first time, a little bit concerned, right? And we're watching it, and it's essentially going right past us. Like, it might have missed us by a mile, right?
Uh-huh.
By the time the second one's off, I'm like, screw it. I haven't done my cold plunging yet or my hot tubbing yet. I'm gonna go out there. So I'm literally sitting in the cold plunging. I'm having to close my eyes because I have sideways rain hitting me while I'm out here cold plunging. And then I just hop in my hot tub and watch the storm pass by. I figured if I'm gonna go, I might as well go while I'm getting the work done, right? But yeah, it's quite a bit of rain.
Chris Knutson says, how do you get yourself mentally ready before a big match?
Well, so I've been doing this for so long. The mental preparation was just part of the work. It's something I had to do. Now it's a little bit different because the stage is big, the pressure is big, and a lot of it is the pressure is self-imposed pressure. I think the organizers are just happy to have me on the card. They know I'm going to leave it all on the table, so they don't really put a lot of pressure on me. The pressure for me is to do my very best to do better than I have previously. And I think right now I have an opportunity with everything that's going on with this new healthy arm, with the stem cells, with the fact that I listened to my surgeon. I think I have an opportunity to potentially be better than I've ever been. So very excited about the future, excited about getting the work done. But as far as the mental preparation before a match, it's just, Rebecca and I hold hands, we pray, and I know I can do all things through Christ. So we get out there and we just go hard. God gave me an ability to endure, to withstand, to get out there and just give it everything I got, and that's just what I do.
Okay. George the Weird says, what is the biggest difference between the training regimens of Eastern and Western arm wrestlers, and what are their strengths in your opinion? Okay,
so there's a lot of, used to, I think the Eastern Europeans took it very, very serious, where the North Americans were somewhat more hobbyist, right? More table time, less arm wrestling specific exercises, movements, and weight training. Now, because of the internet and the access to knowledge, I think so many people are adopting what the Eastern Europeans have done for a while. So I think there's not a whole lot of differences anymore. I think a lot of us do a lot of the same stuff. Just each person has what works best for them. Like, I do a lot of high volume circuits. People tell me it's wrong. Well, I have been very successful in 23 world titles. Say it works, right? It works for me. It may not work for you, but it's worked for me. And even though I'm adding all these arm wrestling specific trainings, the pronation lift, just recently started the riser lift, the cupping exercises, all the things that I have kind of not necessarily neglected but didn't really prioritize. I was telling Rebecca, I did one of my back circuits the other day, and I think I'm probably close. Like, prior to East vs. West 14, I think I may hit a PR on a back circuit, a 150 rep back circuit that I may be able to do heavier weights than I've ever done, or as good as I've ever done, which, without actually really emphasizing that in my training these last 2 preps, will be pretty exciting if I can do that.
The Drew 24 says, YouTube helped me a lot before I even got my first arm wrestling table.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. The knowledge that's out there right now is crazy. Remember that guy, the father and son that came to the Monster Michael Todd International, had never arm wrestled before, just watched the internet and came here. Mm-hmm. Both of them won their classes. Mm-hmm. Very technical. They just learned how to arm wrestle on internet. All right, Jeremy's here. We're about to kick this workout off. We can talk about some East versus West 13. I got to get to training. I got itchies like crazy. I took my thing way too long ago. And then we will discuss the big news that I have.
Okay, guys, be sure if you have not done so already, click that like on your way. Click out of the chat for just a minute, then click that like. Let YouTube and Facebook know that you want to see this in your streams, all right? How do you get notifications that we are live? You make sure that you interact with us while we are live.
It needs to talk.
All right. So
All right.
see, they're working on the wrist rollers. Go ahead.
So do you want us to discuss East versus West 13 a little bit?
Yes, but when you talk, you got to be closer to the camera. Let me raise this.
Maybe we're gonna be all over the place. So.
Sorry, guys, about movement. Yeah, if you want to talk about East versus West 13, your back can't be to me though.
I hear you, baby. That's where wrist rolls are at. So I guess we don't talk during wrist rolls because that's where it's gonna be for 5 rounds. So very first match, Artem versus Tom's. I kind of thought Tom's would be too much, but that kid's impressive.
Yeah.
He's very, very impressive. Because Artem's a very accomplished arm wrestler. He's progressing every time you see him. But that East versus West stage is difficult. I don't even remember the order of all the matches, so I may not discuss them all. I loved all the ladies' matches.
Yeah, they were very impressive.
Carolina, Peterson, amazing. That Anya, the Japanese girl, that match was crazy. But holy crap, Bobora versus Ekley.
That's a bad woman.
What the hell? Like, so we're sitting there watching that, and then Corey out of nowhere sends me a picture of Gabby. And Gabby is huge. Like, I think her arms are as big as mine.
I don't think you're supposed to say that about women. Like,
She's huge in a good way. Like, scary, massive. Like, that has to be the strongest version of Gabby we've ever seen. And it's going to have to be, because what Bobora did to Ekley was unbelievable. Unbelievable, right?
so of course you got a lot of chatter about Dadikyan's match.
Who?
We've got some people asking, do you like your chances versus Dadikyan since he just got slammed?
I like my chances versus Dadikyan when people thought he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
I said in my predictions that I had hoped Oleg would win, right?
And why was that?
Because I have Andre Pushkar holds such an important place in my heart, right? And with Oleg being the student of Andre, I just couldn't cheer against him. Obviously, that didn't make it good for me because it cost me a world title opportunity. But yeah, so Petrenko looked amazing. I mean, round 1, when he goes in and Dadikyan drives it at him, you're like, oh my God, Dadikyan's going to kill him, and then complete turnaround. So it's ridiculous at that point. So you're going to have to follow me to there, or just turn the camera.
I will.
Okay. All right, so
All right, guys,
you don't
sorry.
have to follow necessarily because we're going right back here for push-ups.
Okay, sorry about the movement.
All right.
We're gonna let y'all watch some.
All right, so this could potentially be difficult for you.
I think it will.
It's only 130,
I may not be able to do it.
so you may not be able to do it, but it is pronation gauge back pressure, so it's not the setup, it's the drag. So it's just 10 pumps, right?
That was easy.
we'll see, right? So just wrap the thumb, wrap the wrist, engage the pronation, and then drag back. Don't let it turn you up though.
It's close.
It's
It's like 10 pounds maybe different.
1 point till 10.
Yeah.
Okay, let this go. All right, so we're adjusting the weight here, guys. I changed this up because I wanted to do these. This is not what I've been doing recently, but I just want to get back at it.
Drew says Barbara looks like she leveled since she beat Gabby because how well she did versus Ekley.
Now, Gabby beat Ekley as well, right?
Yes.
But I have never seen Ekley. I don't think I've ever seen Ekley get beat like that. It was, I don't remember the Gabby Ekley match, but that shit was crazy. Okay, so can you get this here? Because it has to stay here.
Show the camera what you're saying. It's gotta
Okay,
stay
so what this, people are like, oh, this doesn't do anything. Well, immediately when you grab it, it's turning into a hook, right? So you're fighting a strap-based pronation, right? Or supination, strap-based supination, someone trying to turn you in. So you just, this is what you're going for, right? So if you don't want to do it.
No, I can't do it.
Okay, so are you okay if you just don't do this set?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So now we're gonna go back for another set. Oh wait, got our push-ups. Yeah, the push-up part. Alrighty, so what do you want me to tell them the big news? How many people we got on, babe?
We have enough if you would like to chat about it. Brian Mayer says, I'm definitely one of the many that's been recently inspired to the game in the 2 years. Seems like it's more popular now than ever.
He's arm wrestling's more popular now than ever?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Devin has 1 million subscribers. Levon just passed 1 million subscribers within the last couple of days. We have 2 arm wrestlers, not influencers who crossed over to arm wrestling, but actual arm wrestlers. And not Schoolboy who built his whole name on beat the champ type stuff or you know, like a brand. 2 actual arm wrestlers who have 1 million plus subscribers. That's unbelievable. I mean, that's huge. So it's gonna be pretty low here.
So Michael has to use the handles because his wrist won't go back. And
Yeah, that right one won't.
His right one won't to put his hands on the floor.
Alrighty. Got 4 more rounds of this. Are we ready for the news?
Well, you're not in.
Oh, what do you want me to get? Okay, here we go.
Wait. Okay, you're going down there.
Are you ready for the news, guys?
All right. Do you want to talk about what your plan was previous, or are you going to talk about what your plan was previous after the news? Go ahead.
All right. So, you don't know this either, do you?
Probably not.
we'll let Jeremy finish his set of push-ups.
Jonathan Strayball says he is ready. Drew says, and so awesome that many more arm wrestlers are speaking English, or at least trying. Help worldwide, really.
It really is. Like, Prudnick speaks good English now. Kalinchenko is starting to get better. I mean, like, there's a lot of different people out there who, and a lot of it probably is because of the promotion, the opportunity to build a brand, you know? All right, so.
Wait, let me get this settled. Okay.
Here is the East versus West 14 update. If you look at Dadikyan's post-match interview, he says when he went in round 1 to press, something cracked in his arm. I was concerned about that. So talked to Ingen. Ingen said he's gonna have to get an MRI and get back to us. He got the MRI. He is gonna have to back out of the match. So there are no suitable 115 kilogram replacements for me to pull for the heavyweight world title.
And why not?
Can't get a visa, right? Matyshenko, Petrenko, I even suggested Kalinchenko cut to 115, and because I actually messaged Kalinchenko the other day, I said, what do you weigh? He goes, what do I need to weigh? And none of those guys can get a visa. So I have recently woke up 268 and change every morning for the last 4 days in a row, eating perfect, everything's great. And since there is no suitable 115 kilogram opponent, Ing and I have a couple of people in mind in the super heavyweight category. Can't name any names yet. Got to give them a couple days to see if they can get a visa expedited. But it looks like I don't have to worry about cutting weight. So I've been going to bed hungry every night and still waking up at 268 and change.
But what was your plan before going into Lars?
Well, I was going to tell you that. Going into Lars, prior to Ingen messaging me and saying, hey, the 115 title's vacant. If you beat Lars, you'll pull Dadikyan for the vacant 115 title. Prior to him telling me that, I had told, I think I even said it on the internet, I think I told people this, I was going to do a minimum of 12 months of unrestricted caloric intake. Because the reason I'm doing this is to find out how good I am, how good I can be. I've never not I've never had unrestricted caloric intake more than a couple months of my life, maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks max. And at that point, I'm like, I'm getting fat. I gotta clean up my diet. Well, this will not be a dirty bulk. I'm gonna eat clean. I'm just gonna surplus calories. I'm gonna feed myself somewhat like a strongman, super heavyweight powerlifter.
Lloyd actually just said strongman style.
Yeah, so we're gonna find out what's possible. Now, does that mean if an opportunity for East versus West 15 or King of the Table or something comes up for me to potentially get a shot at the 115 world title, would I consider it? Yes, I'd consider it. But right now, I think the long-term goal is, let's see what's possible, right? Let's go all in on this obscure sport that I've dedicated 2/3 of my life to find out if Levon is really unstoppable, you know? I got a lot of work to do to get there. And if I get the opponent that I asked for, I am 100% the underdog in 31 days. It's
Both opponents?
I'm the underdog in the one I want.
Well, you want the other one too. You
Well,
just don't want
I know. I'm just saying that the one I asked for, I'm definitely the underdog. The other opportunity, it might seem 50-50 to people, and who knows? The guy's beat quite a few people recently, so it is a different switch. Because here we booked a 4-day cruise to Bahamas after this. I'm like, I'm gonna be 253, shredded, diced up, and now I'm like, I'm gonna be like 290. But I said this the other day, and I truly mean this. This comeback is very, very important to me. But this isn't how awesome Michael Todd is. This is how awesome God is. God's working through me in this comeback. I know he is. I know my mom's watching. So I don't even have to ask, why this happened or why that happened. It's already been written. Like, this comeback is real. And I'm very, very excited about what God's got in store. And my job is to do the work. My job is to do my part. And I promise you guys, I'm not leaving anything on the table. So that's the news, man. Unfortunately, Dadikyan got injured. There is no way to get Petrenko or Medashenko or anyone here for the vacant 115 title. And I may just be taking a run at overall number one, right? It's a 12 to 18 month goal.
And
it's a lot of work.
People are throwing names up here. Top Paul Hutchins, neither one of those are supers. Michael is talking about a super
Who is he
heavyweight
saying?
match, Brad or Devin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just said I was only cutting for the world title shot, right? Even and the only reason I would have stayed 115 for the Dadikyan is because I told Ingen, win or lose, I'd pull Dadikyan, right? Win or lose, whether he defended or not, I would pull Dadikyan. I'd give him my word on that. The moment Dadikyan backed out and there was not a 115 world title opportunity, I'm not doing an unnecessary cut. It doesn't matter to me. Like, being the strongest me is being a super heavyweight me. A 253 me will not be the strongest version of me I can
And
be.
Brad didn't want a 253. He wanted a 242.
He wanted 105 or 110.
Yeah.
Like, he was looking for 105, right?
Yeah.
There's zero chance I'm ever cutting to 105 again, unless it's like $5 million. Then I'll cut down to 95. I'll cut down to 209 for $5 million. But outside of that, man,
Paul Hutchins, you're not a dummy.
No, it's all good, bud.
He missed the super heavyweight part.
Yeah, the super heavyweight, man, it's just, I'm excited. I mean, and the thing is, let's say I make this run. Do I win every match? Or do I win some, lose some, have to work my way back up? Do I not win any matches? It's super, I mean, like, it's a deep water. It's a deep water match in 31 days. Both of them will be difficult.
And they are Eastern opponents.
Yeah, they're Eastern opponents for sure.
Move your hand away from that. So someone was asking, do you feel like you're in your prime?
I am on the verge of being in my prime.
And can we talk about why?
I have a healthy arm for the first time in 20 years. Once the arm injury happened and I couldn't do what I love so much, the passion came back stronger. Because over the last 5, even 10 years, I've thought about, I've done enough. I've won enough. What's the next chapter of my life look like? And now it's just, I just want it. I want it worse. I want it more. I want it. I don't know. What do you think? What's your opinion, honey? I mean, am I as hungry now as I've always been, or more hungry than ever?
This is funny.
Well, I got to work, so I got to get.
Okay, what I think right now, it is a difference. It's a different focus. It's different in some ways, same in good ways. It is the old Michael same as far as mental preparedness and capacity. But this is a new Michael's focused on training. I mean, you're no longer the 15-minute workout guy on the inside. Michael's out here in the gym every day, twice a day at least. Probably a total of 3 to 4 hours a day.
I'm out here a lot.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's different.
Yeah, so it is different. But this is, I want to read Victor because I love these comments. He says, Michael, if you're pulling Svetkov, Rebaz, Devin, Gennady, Dizornov, Hermes, Artem, Vitali, Jerry, or Levin, blink twice. I thought that was 3 or 4 blinks.
I don't know. Maybe they weren't simultaneous blinks. Maybe the left went right, left went right. That was a double blink, just in case you didn't know. It is one of those people. Yeah. I mean, super heavyweight's deep.
Deep.
It really is deep. I mean, and we saw Travis lose to Kalyanchenko, and the super heavyweight has evolved, is what everyone's saying. And I agree to a degree. It is a deeper division than it's ever been. But I don't think the level is much higher than what it was when Prime Simplenkov and Prime Pushkar. If Levon is better than those two guys, he's percentages better. So I think the peak is still within reach. It's just, you got to go through a lot of badass dudes to get to the top. You know what I mean? And styles make matches, and I might match up with one guy real well, may not match up against somebody else. So Kalyanchenko
says Kalina ArmWrestling. He says, I see you.
Is that Sergey?
I guess so. It just says Kalina ArmWrestling.
Yeah, he's a bad dude, man. I like that guy. I'm sure.
I see you, Todd, again.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we'll pull eventually.
Yeah, we were just told he couldn't get in.
Yeah, I actually was talking to Ingen and suggested Kalyanchenko, but he said he couldn't get a visa. Just because after he beat Travis, he's like, North America, I'm ready. I just happen to reside in North America. You know what I'm saying? So I like that match. But I like that young man. He's very strong, and he trains hard, and I like that about the sport. I like seeing people, dedicate themselves to this craft because it's been such an important part of my life for so long. All right, you ready to work?
Yeah.
All right. I may need help up. My legs may have got stuck. Oh God. Ooh, that's old man pain right there. All right, baby, roll your head.
Alrighty, guys.
Oh, I gotta chalk up. My hands are slick. Oh. So, we're 1 of 5 rounds in.
You're making me chase you.
Push-ups are rough.
You like the push-ups?
Yeah. It's easier with those.
Alright, guys, if you are just tuning in, Michael just broke the news a while ago that his match with Dadikyan is off. Dadikyan is injured, and there is nobody on the 115 list that can be here because of visa problems. And so Michael and Ingen are talking to 2 super heavyweights. So Michael's excited because his plan all along after Lars was to start getting massive and spend a year getting massive, getting to goals in the super heavyweights.
Talking about massive, how heavy do you guys think I'll get to? What do you think is the appropriate weight? What do you think is the best version of Michael Todd? So
I'm gonna tell y'all the wife knows that better than anybody. And Michael does not need to be over 290.
Not over 290?
That's definitely going in.
I'm definitely gonna be over 290.
No. don't
Where
think
is
so.
the grip? Oh,
I
you
don't
just
think
threw the
you
gripper
will.
on the ground. You see that? See how this guy's disrespecting my stuff?
I don't think you will be over 290. I don't.
You don't? Because I'm
I
eating
think
clean?
it'll be 290 in August 10th.
I think I'll be 290 August 10th as well. But that's a dress.
Victor says 305. Bam Diggity says 275, 285. That's actually a very good weight for Michael.
So 275, 285, are we talking wake up first thing in the morning strip weight? Or are we talking about go to bed at night weight? Because those weights change a lot for me. You know what I'm
They do
saying?
for Michael.
Huh? They do a lot for me, yeah.
Treacherous Mastermind says Michael is over 50 years old and one of the strongest arm wrestlers out there. That's impressive. JJ, he will definitely not be 400.
Oh my God. It's not impossible, but I would hate myself. You know what I'm saying? I would not be fit at all.
Sylvester Stallone says MMT is the new 292 class.
The 292 class, there you go.
If I'm 300, I think it'll be okay.
It just depends. Like, we're not trying to, I'm not, like I told him, I'm not going to do a dirty, I'm not going to cheat.
You got to remember, Michael doesn't want to put on body fat.
Right.
So he's going to eat to remain lean. Not
I don't know how many did. There's a lot.
extremely lean, but he's going to eat to remain lean. And when I've seen him do everything.
Is that on me or is that on him?
It is on you.
Okay. So, just to let people know who are out there watching, how much does this turn you into a hook?
Nobody watching this stream can beat me. Most of the people watching this stream can beat me.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
Yeah, it's hard for Corey and everybody. It is a supination fighting
and
movement.
I'm a pronated.
You're a pronating arm wrestler, right? All right, push-ups, baby, push-ups.
Push-ups, guys.
Alrighty. I'm gonna widen these up. My left elbow hurt a little bit a minute ago.
So Lloyd says body fat is effective, offensive and defensive in the NFL need body fat, but Michael's not trying to block somebody with his body. He actually needs to have some endurance. And I gotta tell you, it doesn't care, or I don't care how strong Michael is, it doesn't matter. If his back fat is showing through his shirt, he
I'm mad about that shit.
He will not
I am
perform.
unhappy about some back fat. All right, so go ahead and hit his. I hit the restroom. I'll be right back.
Hey, don't get it twisted. I'm 300 pounds.
275, 280, solid muscle build. I think that's actually a very good weight. Greetings from Brazil. Hey, Jose Felipe. Austin Webb, that is a very good question. And I can actually answer this because I've heard Michael say it many, many times. How much time would you recommend to chill out from arm wrestling and weightlifting before a tournament? Michael does not get on the table within 2 weeks of competing, and he does not lift weights within 7 days of competing. So 2 weeks for arm wrestling, 1 week for training he stays away from. While we're doing that, I'm going to give you guys a look at my baby boy. Hey, Bandit. Oh, Lord. That boy gave us a good scare.
We were supposed to have Matt come back today.
Oops.
Our contractor may be back. I mean, what are the odds, though? Honestly, is Matt going to come back today?
I'm going to give it a 20% chance that he'll come back.
Will he be back tomorrow if he's not here today?
If he's not here today, I give it a 10% chance he's here tomorrow. Just saying. Bam Diggity says a lean 280 MMT is the strongest and has most endurance. Just watch his matches and you will see it. And that was his pre-fixed arm. So now 280, 285 would be ridiculous. I
I
agree.
really think there's a chance that
I agree.
that I can be. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, Rebecca.
Ask me, Michael.
And this question goes to you, Jeremy.
Okay.
Everything with the training stays as consistent as it is now. Where am I globally ranked by the end of the year?
I'm not answering that. And I'll tell you why. People that do global rankings hate you.
Oh, they all hate me.
And you're not gonna be ranked. I mean, you could, this will not happen, guys, so nobody click this and say Rebecca said it's gonna happen. Devin Larratt could show up in the number 2 in the world, could show up in this gym next week for a super match. If Michael were to beat him, everybody on the rankings board would be like, yeah, he was having an off day, Devin's not strong anymore, whatever, you know. So yeah.
It is hard for me to get the credit, but
You're not
what's
gonna
your
get
opinion?
By the end of
If I'm consistent with what I'm doing right now, what would be my global ranking by the end of the year?
Kevin Laughlin says 4 through 6.
Ooh, 4 through 6. I like you. 4 through 6 is good by the end of the year.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's think about it. What's the top 5?
Currently, Levon,
And
Devin,
Lloyd said that's
Hermes, Jerry,
Lloyd said
Gennady.
that's 100% true. I'm assuming what I said is 100%.
Yeah. So right now it's Levon, Devin, Hermes, Jerry, Gennady, Alice Kardesha, Svetkov. Well, there's somebody in there. I don't know who else is in there.
Zaranov's up there.
It could be some Plinkov or something's in there.
Right, he is.
Zaranov isn't even. He beat Rebaz, so I don't even think he's in the top 10 in the.
Super?
What is it? I think 8 is Svetkov, 9 now will be Vitali, 10 will be Morozov, and I think Zornov would be 11.
AVGW says in the top 10 is realistic. And the Drew 24 says by December 4 through 6, I agree.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I believe I will at least be in the top 10. I will at least be in the top 10.
I think that's possible that happens August 10th.
I think that's possible that happens August 10th.
You would have to pull somebody in the top 10.
Ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would make that happen, right?
I think until proven otherwise, August 10th you could be top 10.
It's possible. It's
Victor says
possible.
I think between 5 and 7 is possible.
So that's by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so King of the Table, North America is in December. So would I achieve that ranking at that event? Or would I already be there and I pull somebody ranked higher at that event?
Brian Meyer says I think you'll be number 3 very soon.
Number 3.
Ooh, I like that. So
King Doggone, I almost say 5th.
So here's the deal. Matches that I would like.
The Drew thinks you're as high as number 15 today. How about you versus Jerry, says Treacherous Mastermind.
Ding, 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 ding. That's another match that I would like. I was just about to say that. So I have the last win. I have the winning record. Jerry is a match that needs to happen.
Can we set the record straight about you, Jerry, and WAL pads?
Oh, of course, yeah. So people are like, you're only good against Jerry against WA pads.
Wait. Let me get this closer.
You're only good against Jerry Carteret with the WA rules and WL pads. Jerry hadn't beaten me in a decade prior to WAL. We'd pull 4 times under strict rules. I won all 4. Yes, it was 2.5 minutes. Yes, it's minute 45. Yes, it's 2 minutes 45 seconds. Yes, it's 2 minutes and 5 seconds. But still, I won all 4 matches. It's only in the WL that Jerry's even got a pin on me.
So can we say then that is proof that WAL rules and WAL pads were not your friend versus Jerry?
They were not my friend versus Jerry whatsoever.
Y'all understand that? Get
Jerry
that
is a
straight.
match that I would like to have. The other match,
Alex,
the battle of the biceps. Me versus Gennady Quickmania. I need that match back.
Yeah.
I need that match back. He's got a new bicep. I got a new bicep. Ooh, I like that in King of the Table in North America. What? I gotta call Ingen right now. Hang on. The live's off. I'm calling Ingen. All right, I'm over here.
Is no, I haven't. Is the East versus West 14 match who I'm thinking it is?
I don't know. But I'll tell you when we're off the line. Well, we don't know who it is yet.
Right, but
he's talking to 2 people.
It's one of 2 people.
No, we
Right.
can't say it yet.
okay.
I'm gonna say a little tighter on this one. Like I'm trying to say tighter.
Brian Myers says,
Look
a
at
man who calls himself a monster is calling himself one now in his head. I believe. Do you think?
That was tight. Who was that? What's up?
That was Brian Myers.
What do you say? What do you say?
You're a monster in your head.
Well, I didn't know
Rayson
something
says Vitali is scary now. Look at the match with Italian Stallion. Very close for 2 to 3 months as a professional arm wrestler.
Vitaly looks amazing.
I think Vitali's going to be the person who takes down the train first.
Alan Evil says MMT versus Camille Jablonski.
So
like
Camille
that.
did just beat Dave 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
He did just beat Miroslav Azanov 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, if I pulled Camille, would I still do the same thing I did against Lars? Would I set up and bully this in the table?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a King's move war like Jerry.
Agree to disagree.
I mean,
The reason, listen, the times that I had beat Jerry previously, before the shortened range of motion, my shoulder versus his shoulder.
I think Polish dude, I forgot his name.
Camille Jablonski?
Camille. I think Camille's more efficient than what Jerry is. But
More efficient than Jerry? You think he's a better presser than Jerry?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a better left-handed presser than Jerry.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Right-handed, yeah.
I think Jerry Cartwright's the best presser in the world, bent wrist presser in the world, right-handed. I think Camille's the best bent wrist presser in the world.
Right, I forget that it's like
All hands. I think all hands. His left press is better than Jerry's right
I
press.
don't think I've seen enough of his right.
Well, it's good. Like I said, he beat Dave Tate for 3-0.
Well,
I like Kevin Laughran. He says, when you go on your next stage of eating, just a word of advice. I'm always stronger and set PRs when eating lasagna and double cheeseburgers.
Yeah, but I'm fat as fuck. Listen,
strong.
I am a genetic fatty. Like I'm a hay-hauling country boy. I'm from Arkansas. I was telling you, those are the genetics. I'm the classic endomorph. I'd get fat. Now, have I been lean? Yes, but that's from consistency of my nutrition. But I do like lasagna and double cheeseburgers. What we did talk about was having a post-workout all-you-can-eat sushi buffet once a week.
Lloyd says he wants to hear your thoughts on Georgie Svetkov.
I will be right there. I think Svetkov is an awesome human being. I love that guy. He is a awesome dude and phenomenally strong arm wrestler. And someone who I'd very much like to arm wrestle. And I'll tell you why. I think stylistically, that could be a war. I think that match could just be a dogfight. And I think I win a dogfight. But he is ranked number 8 overall in the world. So that would be a hell of a match. This is round 4, right? I've only done,
to be honest,
I think I've only done 2 sets of push-ups. I think I'm just around a push-ups.
The Mighty Silverback says Levon is probably the best presser. He pulled out a press.
Well,
Levon is definitely not the best presser. I love Levon. Definitely not the best presser. He transitioned to a press when he got stalled out by Devin. But
transitioning to a press.
I think I'm the best transitioner to a presser, personally. But as far as the most powerful presser, I don't think it's Levon. I think Levon has a nasty transitional press if he has to use it, because he is Levon, right? So I think he is the strongest arm wrestler. But I think he's stronger in his hand and his wrist and his back pressure. He does have like close to a 600-pound bench, so that press is going to be strong. But Camille's left
It's
arm,
different whenever you're specializing to press.
right?
Aviv GW says he wants to know, how do you train the press?
I have never trained it. I've just always been good at it. Now Camille, I've never seen someone move the weights that he's moving left-handed.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never seen anybody move weights like he's done. Normally people used to train pressing with just big benching and triceps and stuff, but now that people are using specific pulleys and angles, so I did that and I didn't do this, didn't I? That's what it was. I went straight from that to this. I missed a round of push-ups, so I've got this next set has to be a set of 60. Got to do a set of 60, baby, because I missed a round. So can a 275-pound guy do 60 push-ups?
A lot of folks here are
Straight.
saying they really want to see Dave do well in his next match. What do we know about that match?
It's Frank Lamparelli. So let me tell you, I think Dave is the favorite. But I think for Dave to beat Frank, he needs his hook back, or he needs to flop. Dave has a longer lever than me. Dave has a bigger hand than me. Dave might match his hand, and if he does, he wins. If Dave gets his hand taken, flop is his only answer. But I say 60-40 Dave.
Do you know where Matt's hand is? Matt Mass?
Matt Matt's hand is awesome.
Yeah.
Frank took that. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I know all those things. Yeah. So we still have not done a lot of East versus West talking. So obviously the Dadikyan, Petrenko, Dadikyan got injured in my match. Is going to be in supers. Artem Morzov versus Vitaly.
That shocked me.
Oh my God, right? Vitaly looked amazing.
The mighty Silverback.
Here's 60, okay? We're doing 60.
Okay, the mighty Silverback is qualifying his comment about Levon being the best presser. And what he says is, I'm not saying he's the most technical. That's probably one of the lighter weight classes. But are you really saying Jerry would have pressed through that Devin the way Levon did?
I'm saying, thank you. I'm saying Levon's not the strongest presser. That's what I'm saying. And I'll tell you in just a minute why. I'll qualify that statement as well.
You are welcome, the mighty Silverback.
Devin was not prepared to counter that press. Devin was fully committed to fatiguing Levon, and he stopped pronated position. Levon realized that he was compromised and drove his 380-pound body directly on top of Devin's arm. Devin just wasn't prepared for that transition. And if you listen to Devin say it, that's what fucked his back up. All these injuries in his back, he said, happened. It did. Because he was, and it just said it broke him. I don't know. Whew, that's a good set of 60 though. Had skull veins.
Yes, you did. So Colliers says Kathy has that crazy flop press like Hutchings.
So Todd Hutchings doesn't have a flop press. Todd Hutchings has wrist compromised side pressure.
He does not have a flop press, is what you said. Okay.
Todd Hutchins does not have a flop press.
Okay.
Todd Hutchins does not have a press. Todd Hutchins has crazy side pressure without wrist control. Now Dave does have transitional flop press. Dave has no offensive flop press. When Dave goes towards you offensively, he is not very good. But if he stands you up and stops you, then flops, he's pretty good. I mean, he's strong. Dave's so strong. But Dave gives up too much center, in my opinion, when he starts with a flop press.
Well, Victor says if Dave got back to his 2013 self, where would he rank now?
Dave got back to his 2013? Well, just say 2013, I beat him 3-0. So if I was my 2013 self, where would I be at? But nah, the best Dave ever.
So you were number 2 then.
Yeah, I was number 2 in the world. The best Dave ever will probably still be in the top 5 today, in my opinion. I mean, because the best Dave ever beat Jerry.
Farmhand
Right.
Wrestling set yelling 2 more.
Yeah, the best Dave ever never lost a round to Jerry Cutterette. And Jerry Cutterette's ranked 4th in the world. So, the best Dave ever almost pinned Prime Simplinkoff and did get 1 win on him because Simplinkoff fouled out. So, watch this, baby. I just did this last round much tighter than I've ever done these.
Wait,
now, this is a live
where's
weight.
the best view for this, for them?
Well, there's fine. I mean, but over here is probably better. Something like this. So you saw this last set, didn't you, Jeremy? So normally on pronation gauge back pressure.
Just pick up that blue thing. Don't pull it out of the computer though. Just
It
get
is.
it over the bench.
Yeah. So normally on pronation gauge back pressure, like I said, I've done up to 235 pounds for an ugly ugly single of this. But normally it's here and it's pronating, right? Pronating from here. I believe my daily pronation lifts and everything I've been doing is tightening things up. So look how much tighter I can keep this pronation.
That's the tightest you've ever got.
That's not bad to have it here, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what the pressure is. You feel how when you're trying to pull it, it stretches you anyway.
Yeah.
So to stay tight with that pronation, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so 4 rounds, last round here. And then we have 5 minutes pronation rope pulling, 5 minutes rice bucket. Hit me up with some questions. Got any questions? I love those guys saying I'm top 10 by the end of the year though.
You want to hear more of
Those
that?
must be a bunch of fans though, because the people that hate me be like, he's not top 100.
People that hate you are probably banned, honey. It's just
We
saying.
do a lot of that high juicer from channel shit, I ain't gonna lie.
All right, so what do we got here? Damn diggity, Toddzilla has ungodly side pressure.
He has a crazy amount of side pressure.
Farmhand Arm Wrestling calling you out for cornhole. He said you're getting beat on Saturday.
Well, as long as we get a fence put up, I will let you beat me on Saturday. Rebecca said we can't start the fence.
Don't lie, Michael.
Unless
you will not.
You're right.
You won't.
Unless we can't even start the fence unless we guarantee it being completed. Because we have to leave on Sunday, and she's like, I can't let those animals get my garden. She worked too hard on it, so we have to get the fence done.
The Drew 24, he says Travis has to be at least number 3 left hand in North America. Do you agree with that?
Not until he beats somebody other than Derek. But the best Travis Bajan versus the best ever Corey West. Would love to see that match. And a lot of people are gonna say Travis is the guy. Corey is a very strong human being. So if the best ever Corey pulled the best ever Travis, ooh, I like that.
I think we're about to see the best ever Corey.
I think, well, Corey he's in a different place now with his training. Like this is his singular focus, his arm wrestling. We've never seen that. Back to Todd Hutchins' crazy side pressure. His crazy side pressure is so good because he applies back pressure with it. That's why when Todd gets you here and you try, like on Goodbye, try to come out of it, the side pressure, the back pressure that he's got with that, because normally there's side pressure you can just drag out of it. But he's got so much back pressure, on Goodbye pinned himself doing it, right? Yeah. And I felt that when I trained with Todd. I'm like, it's not a side pressure. His side pressure is world class. But the fact that he's at back pressure engagement with it makes it very, very difficult to come back from once he's got you on his side of the table.
Warcheg says, MMT, what are your thoughts on Jerry versus Kardeccia?
I think Kardeccia's going to murder him, but I could be wrong. Jerry surprises me a lot because Jerry has a lot of heart, and he will get into that ugly ass, I don't care about the safety of my arm.
All those long ass matches you've been in, he's been in right along with you.
Oh no, exactly. He's the guy. He's the guy on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
I just think Kardeccia's leverage and ability to come forward. I think there's a lot of options that he has. Now he could just get stuck in that one lane and keep getting pressed, and Jerry can win it. So it's either a 3-2 Jerry win in the ugliest, craziest dogfight ever, or a 3-0 Alex Kardeccia. That's what I think. I
would love to see Jerry win. But
yeah.
Thank you, Phil Woody, for the super chat. He says, first super chat, that's tight. Yes,
What was?
he's talking about you.
That was nice, right? That was nice.
that's probably 2 inches tighter.
It was pretty good.
Phil, thank you. He says there's a little treat arriving in the post for me this week.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Phil, I've been enjoying my Yorkshire tea with a little bit of my mint leaves.
What do we know about that big ass forearm though? Is that just me or is that huge?
That is a
Is
pretty
that
big
huge?
forearm.
You know?
Death Bob 91 says, Monster Michael Todd, how are you doing today, boss?
Well, I'm bulking. I'm getting big. So, that's the thing is, tell me, honestly, honey, what is the one thing you and I have said to each other every single night this week going to bed?
I'm so damn tired.
What's the other thing we said every night going to bed?
Can't believe it. I heard everywhere.
Oh shit, what's the third thing we said every night going to bed?
Well, I can't say that.
What's the fourth thing we said every night? I'm so hungry.
Oh yeah, we're hungry.
I go to bed hungry every single night knowing that I have to cut to 253. So I don't have that evening meal. I don't have that. Now I get to eat.
What did you pull Pablo at? It was like 284 or something?
Ooh, no.
No.
That was Pablo, right?
Pablo was heavier than me. I was like 267, he was 272.
Oh, you were 260. I thought you was 280.
Yeah, I was 267, he was 272.
Okay.
So Alan Eagle says, so all this time Corey wasn't committed 100%?
No, Corey has been racing cars and trying to bench 600 pounds and all this other shit instead of focusing solely on arm wrestling. He sold his race car. Like, he had one of the fastest cars in that division in North America, right? He sold that. Since tearing his pec, he's like, I'm no longer chasing. I don't think he benches over 405, he just does reps. So he's no longer chasing,
A lot of reps.
yeah, no longer chasing 600 pound bench. Singularly focused on being the best arm wrestler he can be. So
Kevin Lofgren, he says, why are you only pulling back pressure with just your right hand?
what do you use your left hand for, other than hold the pec? What are you talking about?
I think Corey would disagree.
All right, so
keep that mentality.
these are the 275 abs. I haven't seen them, so I don't know what they're gonna look like. You ready, babe?
That's sassy.
It's not horrible.
So Lloyd
For
wants to
275,
know, were you sad or even mad when you heard that he had to pull out of the match?
I had expected it.
Yeah.
I had expected it.
I expected it before the match even happened.
You did. You did. I thought it was risky him taking that match. Think about it. From a brand legacy perspective, not taking that match July 6th, it wasn't going to happen, but he had a chance at being a 2-division champion. You know what I mean? So I think you put a lot at risk. And, I feel like it backfired. No harm, I'm not mad at him. Hey, he's a fucking competitor, 25 years old, badass kid. And I've already sent him a message, hate for the injury, praying for full and complete healing, speedy recovery and all that stuff.
The 324 says eat a steak before you go to bed, by the way, go ahead.
Yeah, so the point is, as much as I wanted that heavyweight world title, and I've said this previously, the King of the Table in the East versus West is the only organization, professional league, that I have not won the world championship, whether heavyweight or super heavyweight division. So acquiring that heavyweight title meant the world to me, right? But it's not up to me to decide what's going to happen. As much as I may have wanted that to happen, it wasn't meant to be right now. So all I got to do is head down, tunnel vision, train every single day, and focus on being the best me I can be. And the blessings are going to come. Listen, being world champion matters to me a lot. In the division is just as important to me. Being the heavyweight world champion is just as big of an accomplishment, especially at 51 years old, as if I can go after that overall number one in the world. One seems way more attainable, even if the guy you have to beat to be the heavyweight champ is Devin. It's a 253-pound Devin versus a 380-pound Levon or a Vitali or whoever is in the way, right? But it just makes the reward so much bigger. I take these 12 months, I commit, and I get to find out what's possible. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not losing because I'm trying, right? I'm not failing because I'm out there doing it. If I don't win, at least I tried, But I have very high expectations for what my potential is. So one more set here, another set of push-ups, and then we go to.
So Phil Woody, been a member for 29 months. He says, I've never seen a guy so pleased to be unleashed to eat large.
Listen, if I had the metabolism, and I've said this for years, y'all don't even know me.
He said, exciting year ahead.
I would give up all the muscle mass to be the skinny little dude who could eat pizza every day and not gain weight. I wouldn't care.
Those people make me sick.
Oh my God, I've been so jealous of those people my entire life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually doing this. Check this out. I'm gonna hold the best.
I noticed that.
I just did it just now. It just kind of actually felt pretty good, right? So last set here. Ugh.
John Lewis, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, should Corey try to hit 500 pounds for super heavyweight? Wait, let me turn to you.
Corey's losing weight right now. Corey's down to, he's been as light as 398 recently. He was as heavy as 450. Right around the time he tore his pec, you know. But Corey actually, I think Corey's stronger now.
Oh, I mean, I do.
Yeah.
He kicked my ass, but I don't.
Yeah, but Corey feels good right now. He's feeling strong. I'm excited to see what happens with him, you know. And it helps me having someone that strong. It helps me having you here consistently, but having Corey to get on a table with and to just, because it's very hard to replicate the thickness and mass that his hand has.
Yeah, and it's hard.
I mean, how uncomfortable is it when you grab his hand?
Oh, it's very.
It's very uncomfortable.
It's hard to simulate, because I'm probably good training, but it's hard. Adding bands and stuff is different than somebody being able to replicate that force through their hand.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah, he got a lot of power.
Tall Bob Hutchins Jr. member for 7 months. He says, despite a tough year, the Monsters are rocking it.
We're truly blessed, man, truly blessed. But I'm very excited. I mean, one thing, okay, so I'm a big advocate of let's binge like crazy today and let's go 6 weeks without a cheat meal. Rebecca's the opposite. She goes, let's eat in moderation today and let's eat again in moderation next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have a cheat meal a week. So I told her once this weight cut was done, after we enjoy the cruise, we get back home, we'll start having every client I've ever trained. Eat clean Monday through Friday, or eat clean all week, have 1 2-hour preset time that you're gonna schedule and you're gonna eat whatever you want for 2 hours. Alcohol include whatever you want. And every single person I've ever trained who followed that got in great shape. For some reason, I never do, because I want to eat all
You
the
won't
time.
follow it.
Yeah.
Lloyd says, this is in reference to you, at least you tried. He says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Amen.
And we've got a super chat from Collier C. East versus West King of the Table has, he doesn't like the rules. The production consistently has errors. You might as well be saying you want a heavyweight title in the WWE. True sports highlights age well, not fuel controversy. I think East versus West and King of the Table are doing a phenomenal job, and I think arm wrestling is where it is now, in big part because of Ing and Tersey.
Yeah, Ing and Tersey for sure. Like he's making, like you're every month or every 2 months, you're seeing the best arm wrestlers in the world collide.
Yeah, now it would be my preference that everything on East versus West and King of the Table were just strict WAF rules. I don't understand why. When PAL was having their top 8,
you keep talking, I'm gonna do 30 minutes.
Those big ass dudes could compete on 7x7 pads under the strictest rules, and very seldom did matches just end in fouls. Now the Tim Bresnan, I think, and Rustom was a horrible mess. But every other time, those men are able to keep their elbows on the pad. They're able to not false start. They're able to not jack around in the setup, and able to have good matches. So I don't understand why athletes of today cannot do that.
I do want them to be uniform though. I want them both to the same size pads. I want them to do the same rules.
Yes.
Because if you're defending world titles in both organizations, everything has to be uniform. So you guys gotta push us. What are you gonna say though?
I think
you get in front of the camera if you want.
I think going to supers is going to be the right decision. I think in a year, because I've seen where your strength has been, and cutting weight, I think, has been restricting your strength gain.
The potential of strength.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see me and they're like, okay, I'm 280. All right, I'm 257. You know, like in like 10 days. You know, and if I wasn't doing that and letting my body just get comfortable at a weight and gain into the strength, see, that's the biggest thing. I could be 300 in 30 days. Be 300 pounds 30 days. But I'm not strong at 300, in my opinion, until I've been 300 for 4 months.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. If you pull supers Augustins with, is that confirmed?
I'm definitely pulling supers Augustin. Yeah.
So that may not be your best supers showing. I think you need to be at that.
If I pull supers again November 2nd, if I pull supers
Yes.
again middle December,
Yes.
You're going to improve each time.
yeah, those supers are gonna be like.
I think the longer you stay supers, you'll get better.
Tony Farina, this is a great question.
You're
Do
up.
you
Yep.
think, this is for you, Michael,
Yeah, babe.
put your thinking cap on.
Holy shit.
Do you think Corey will be able to beat you anytime soon? Just want your opinion, you know him best. What arm are we talking about?
If
Right.
it's left-handed, yes, he can.
Yes, he can.
If it's right-handed, unfortunately, I don't think he'll be able to. Because I think when I was asked earlier, am I in my prime? No, but it's coming. The level is rising. The desire is there. The motivation's there. The willingness to suffer is there. So, in my mind, the level that I believe I will obtain will surpass any previous level I've ever reached in the past. And do you agree, honey? I mean, in the past I said, oh, the best version ever, the best version ever. And there were things that I was doing that I was the best version I'd ever been at.
Well, people make fun of that, but the fact is you have to believe that in your head.
Of course you
when
do,
you're going to the
right?
table.
Going into match, you gotta believe it.
Yeah.
But you know that throughout this journey, this recovery, I have done everything I was told to do. Because that's how important this was to me. You know every day, regardless of what our day's like, regardless of what obstacles we face, I come out here every day and work.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's the last thing I do before I go to bed because the day has been so busy and I hadn't been able to get out to the gym. I still come out here and do the work. So in the time you and I have been together, we just celebrated our 10th anniversary, been together 13 years. In that time, I don't know if you've ever seen a more focused me.
I haven't, and there's only one thing that can take you out. You doing stupid shit, getting injured.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes you just put the pedal to the metal and want to go as fast as you can go. And at some point, just because yesterday your tendons, bones, ligaments, everything held up doesn't mean they will today. And at some point, you have to let them recover.
Right. And that's what we did. I did take 2 days. And if my body tells me sometime the next 24 days that I need a break, I'll take a break.
So Kevin...
Hey, I need to switch around and film us doing rice bucket.
Okay, Kevin Lawford says, what weight do you think you will level out at?
Wait till you turn around and answer.
Okay, there's a funny story
There you go.
about Michael and weight.
So you can get further over if you need, but
I'm so sorry, Bandit. Did Mama
babe, you're
get
back on
you?
camera now.
I can't. I'm not. They can only see the
Okay.
corner of my head.
Corner head.
Let me back up though.
All right, so
So I can try and get both of you.
this one,
Probably won't.
this.
Ouch.
I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right. What weight do I think I'll level out at? Here's what I think. I literally woke up at 268.6 this morning. I will probably eat, what would you guess today, honey? 500, 1,000 calories more than I did yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably eat 500, 1,000 calories more than I did yesterday. I honestly could drop weight before I started gaining because my body's weird. So I would suspect that if I was 268.6 today, I think we're July 10th. I think the morning of July 27th is when we'll be driving to Little Rock, to Arkansas State. I think I will wake up that morning at 277. I think I'm 277 July 27th. August 9th is when I'll weigh in, which won't even matter now because I don't have to weigh in, really, right? Do I even weigh in? I don't know if I weigh in now because I'm pulling supers.
It seems like the supers don't weigh in, but they do announce their weight.
I know. So
I don't think those are always right.
So 277 by then. We'll leave on the 7th. So the morning of the 7th, I think I will weigh 280 pounds. I think I'll weigh 280, which means once I eat, once I'm dressed, by the evening I'm 290.
Yeah.
Then we got to cruise for 4 days.
Cruise
So
team.
I come home, I'm fucking over 300 pounds. I mean, like, you know how that works for us, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it just,
Oh, yeah.
so then let's say I do come home and I'm an evening weight of 300 pounds. Level back out about a morning weight of 290. Honey, I know, I'm just talking. Oh, you got more questions? Okay, so I think by November, my morning weight is 295. That's what I think. I'm 295 morning weight, weigh in the evenings, dress 305.
Okay, so I got a couple of questions here.
Oh, sorry, been 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
I was like, fuck, this is gonna be long.
Brad, does Mrs. Monster Todd have plans to arm wrestle? None, zero, not at all. Patrick, your last few matches, your beard has gotten in the way. Any way to fix that, or is it no problem?
Tuck it in the shirt.
Tuck it in the shirt.
That's what's worked best. Now, if you want to braid it or something,
I've tried to bun it for him.
yeah, the bun gets in the way too.
Why?
Just does. I'm just telling you, tucking the shirt,
It works.
yeah,
You just forget to do it.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, music guy. He says prediction for Levon versus Brian Shaw.
Ron's actually been contacting me quite a bit lately. He likes my wrist cupping machine. He likes my half table, so I connect him with the guys to potentially get him a couple of those machines as well. I think it's super exciting to have Brian involved, and the fact that he's jumping straight in. He said, I don't like to dip my toe in the water. I want to go all in, and the fact that he is serious about his training, I think he's got a lot of potential. But a Levon match, and it's not a Levon match, an overall number one in the world match is if everything was perfect. If it was perfect, 3 to 5 years. And that's if everything was perfect. But he'll make a splash, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Oh
he'll
my
make
God,
a
for
splash.
sure.
But
He's
then-
probably,
It's 3:45, my apologies.
it's probably, he can probably beat most everybody in North America.
Arm Wrestling Nation, I want to straighten that out right now. He says Michael says he doesn't use roids. Michael has never said that. He's always said he is on TRT, HRT. We even have a doctor managing his
Right over there behind you. What's the name of it?
testosterone.
Balance Health Centers, Matt Murphy. Those guys take very good care of me. Love those guys down in West Palm. And they make sure my levels are good, my blood works good. I only do my hormones under doctor supervision.
Yeah.
Because I'm a 51-year-old man. I mean, if you tell me, oh, you can't take testosterone and compete at us, cool. I'm not competing your stuff. Because my quality of life is more important to me than competing.
Right, but they don't. And the thing is that his doctors do not keep his testosterone at a normal, 40-year-old man's testosterone level that is just needing to have better sex drive. They keep his testosterone at what he needs to be able to recover and compete.
Yeah, at a high level, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, women have been taking hormone replacement for years. I don't
And
know
nobody
why
has
there's-
a problem with
No,
it.
I don't know why there's a stigma around men doing it.
Yeah.
So that's 5 minutes.
I think another benefit of Brian Shaw that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this is the Shaw Classic. He has arm wrestling there.
Well,
already.
yeah, last year he did.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it again this
That's
year.
the biggest in-person audience that arm wrestling will probably draw for a very long time.
Luker below
For a bit,
says,
yeah.
braid your beard like a Viking.
That does sound good. We haven't done it yet. We've never even braided it one time, have we?
Nope.
Yeah. I'd be willing to give it a go though.
My poor boy, my
Oh God, he's so sweet though. But you did load him up on Benadryl.
Well, I had
I mean,
to.
so
They
those
told me-
eyes. Oh my God, guys.
Aw.
It was so sad. Rebecca's like, you gotta look. I didn't want to look because I didn't know how bad it looked. It was so. You got rice all over the place. It was so bad. Like, obviously on his belly, but his entire coat was whelped up like crap. Felt so bad for him, and he was just itching so bad. But so they actually said he could have ate a poisonous frog or something. Did they say that's likely? Yeah, that's great. So Rebecca's garden has a lot of frogs, and he gets out there and plays around a lot. But yeah, he was suffering. But now he's resting and recovering. All right, here we go.
Farmhand says, I need some new Monster Factory shirts. LOL. I outgrew all
I
my
do too.
orders.
I do too. I need 3X.
He outgrew everything.
I want
Pepper,
3X in there.
Pepper wants to know, does the beard give you power, MMT?
The beard keeps the wife happy.
The wife happy is important.
So I do 5 minutes every single day of rice bucket. 1 minute clockwise, fist, 1 minute counterclockwise fist, 1 minute gripping, 1 minute claw pronation, 1 minute claw supination. Every day.
Feel Witty means I got to work on a new cool ass promo again. Yes, sir.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you
sir.
do.
Once we know the name, we will be looking to you.
What time is it?
50 seconds. You
Well,
got
like what time?
Oh, 1:15.
On Wrestling Nation, I think that you
Yeah.
misunderstood. So Michael, after COVID, after he competed in World's IFA,
That's fine. Yeah.
he had COVID severely, okay, and he had to come off all of his HRT, everything, because it can increase blood clots. And during that time he was off, he competed at World's IFA, and then he got together with Leo Longevity, and they decided together that Michael was going to go all in. We'll just go ahead and say all in on the pancake protocol, right? He did not like how it made him feel, did not like what it did to his body. That was not something that was going to work for him. So that was very short-lived. And since that time, he's been under a doctor's supervision, a doctor's care with HRT and peptides for healing and recovery. Is that correct, Michael?
That's it, baby. And stem cells from
Oh, stem
Vitacell
cells.
Global.
Cannot forget the stem cells from Vitacell Global.
And QC Kinetics with my A2M and PRP and plasma. And
Victor wants to know, are you still doing trap bar deadlifts?
I have not. He hasn't been able to come train with me, and he's my deadlift partner. Today we already had this scheduled, so we've already done back this week. I would like to start incorporating them again, especially going forward as a super heavyweight. I feel it's going to help me with just power, CNS training, but there's something to be said about lifting big weight. It makes you feel good.
I love this, Billy Bob. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, to solve the beard issue, I don't think the beard's an issue. Grow out your chest hair, then braid your beard together with the chest hair. Or
I'm a hairy individual, homie.
or get nipple rings and attach your beard clip.
Oh, okay. So I had nipple rings years ago.
Y'all,
Pierced
that's
to myself.
the truth. I'm so embarrassed for
Yeah,
you.
pierced to myself.
He did. Okay, so y'all want to know the funniest story?
Oh, you're telling the Mike Shell story?
Okay, you guys, I don't know. Y'all got to tell me that you want to hear it. I've got 142 people watching. I don't know how many thumbs up I got. Here in the chat, send me thumbs up. If I get 10 of them, we're going to tell you the funny story.
It's
about
hysterical.
Michael's nipple rings. He says Larry Wheels is a good example of what the point of it if it makes you miserable. Happy people like him are open about all of that.
I don't know what he said. What he said?
Oh, okay. Devin Lorette's feet. Hey, Beth. Hey, Mike. Is Mike actually feeling the difference with the rice bucket training?
It pumps my hands and forearms up so much, and it's impossible. My hand strength is not improved, right? It's impossible. But it's just something I'm gonna do, right? It's not gonna hurt me anyway. And I do like the way it makes my
I
arm.
think it's good for recovery as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Tyler Durden says, at the July 27th Arkansas State Tourney, the weigh-ins, is it the same day as the tournament in Little Rock?
Yeah, weigh-ins 10 to 11:30, tournament starts at noon.
Okay, a lot of people want to hear the story. All right,
All right, so,
go ahead. I'm not getting on camera.
all right, guys.
I was up
So,
too late.
I was a 187-pound pretty boy fitness model looking dude. And I was training at a gym in Jacksonville Fitness Center. Coming out of the shower, and this guy sees me, and I'm super shredded, whatever, and nipples pierced. And I don't know this story until later on. I meet this guy again. So this was 2000. I meet this guy again in 2005. Tell him I'm the national arm wrestling champion, whatever. He goes, oh, I met an arm wrestling champion years ago. He's like, yeah, he wasn't near as big as you though. Real lean. I'm like, what's his name? I can't remember, really lean. I was like, that's probably me. He goes, no, you're way bigger than this guy. Long story short, it was me. He's like, holy shit. I came home that day and told my wife, I just saw the most ripped guy ever. And he'd asked me how big my arms were. And I said, they're 18 inches. And he's like, okay, whatever. And then when I flex him, he tells the story, he's like, he flexed his bicep, just kept growing. Well, he goes home and tells his wife, That's the most ripped guy I've ever seen in my life. I gotta pierce my nipples. Well, at the time, he's very successful now. At the time, he didn't have a lot of money and didn't have the money to go get his nipples pierced. So he took a needle and he put his nipple against the door frame and he started pushing it through to get it go. He couldn't get it go through. He asked his wife to bring him some, so she brought him a shampoo bottle. And he got the shampoo bottle and he starts hammering it through. He got us up against the thing and then he nails himself to the door frame. It goes through his nipple and sticks to the door frame. So now he's nailed himself to the door frame. And that's the story. I didn't have a good picture. I didn't.
Door frame.
He had nailed himself to the door frame.
And he's like, how do I get off?
So when I did mine, it was horrible because I did both, right? So I did through one, pierced through the nipple, and when it came out, it wasn't straight. So it was at an angle. So I had to pull it back out and go through again. The other one, I was pushing through, and instead of coming out the nipple, it went into the areola and came out the areola. So I had to pull that one back out and stick back through. It was so stupid. I had them for a while, but I had because little earrings, you just would clip on, and then they would get hung on the covers or the sheets, and then would rip the nipple ring out of your nipple. That shit was brutal. But yeah, so that was back in my youth. When I say youth, like 27.
Still
so clear,
older than
yeah,
me.
still not your youth, but my youth. So what else we got, babe? We've been at this for a long time now. It's 121.
Okay. So hey Michael, can't wait to see your next super match.
I really want to say that for this weekend, but we'll do a little bit.
Fitness.
What, babe?
Farmhand said, well, that would have been the most viral video ever.
Hey, telling you, some of the shit that I've done in the past, or even like I said, my buddy Mike Shells, if social media would have been around back then, so viral.
Oh, my dad would have been.
Oh my God. The things that we're rednecks from Arkansas. We don't play around here. We do some dumb ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Piercing out.
Do what?
My dad ripped the dude's nipple piercing out with the tape measure.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
At least he didn't pierce his tongue.
Yeah, that would suck too.
Okay, you talk for a second. I'm answering a text from Samantha.
Alrighty, guys. So we told you about the change. Jeremy and I put in some good work. I think I got a pronation lift I got to post today. I'm super excited about it. I'm excited about where things are going with that. Steadily improving. Yeah, man. So what we got? 31 days. So I got 24 more days, right? 23 more days. 24. What's today? Wednesday.
It's close.
Yeah. So I got 24 more days. 24 more days to train.
Training.
So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'll hit a good back workout next week. Then the next week I'll hit a very there's a chance I have 3 more back workouts, 3 more chest workouts, 3 more. I got another one this week. So what else I got? I did shoulders yesterday. Got legs. So I got 3 more of everything pretty much, except for like legs and stuff because I did everything this week already. I think I might hit that back circuit with spinning handles, country crusher stuff at 250 pounds. I think I'll do it.
That would be your PR, right?
I've done it before.
Okay.
I failed the 260 because I had the loading pin, add another 10 pounds on it. I couldn't hold on to it all the way through reps. But I held on to it so good the other day that I was like, oh my God. Because I told you, we did the 230 and I struggled. Went back to 200 for 2 weeks. Did 220 this week. So easy, felt like I could have done 240 or 250. So that's good. So next week I'll probably just skip the 230 and go straight to 240. And then next week go 250. And then that final week, if it's there, because I mean, you got to think, meat with the extra calories, it's possible that I could already see some decent strength gains, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, just the fact that I'm not restricting, you know?
Yeah, because before going into the Frank match, your strength was just going up, and I feel like since you've been cutting weight now, I don't think you've been gaining as much strength as you.
Well, I haven't gained like deadlifts. We saw the deadlift just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. And then now that what we're seeing now is people are like, how are you getting so strong in the pronation lift? Well, I don't know if I was until now, because remember I did the 154. Cardboard height, piece of cardboard.
Maybe a paper.
Yeah, maybe a paper. But then I just took 25 pounds off. So I started every day 25 pounds less than what my best ever was. So it looked like I was getting stronger every day, but I was just doing less than what I had done previously every day. But that cumulative work, each day I didn't notice the 0.75. I never noticed it.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, so every day, and if you go back and even look at June 10th and that 129, and go look at the recent one I post, there's 25 pounds difference, essentially. And instead of this high to lift, it's that high to lift, right? So
you could have.
yeah. So I mean,
Stood up with it.
Yeah, like what I'm doing now is definitely stronger than I've ever been on that lift. So that's exciting, especially, and that was with going to bed hungry every night, right? So what will that change? Will that make a 2% difference? Will it make a 5% difference? I don't know.
Al Sims says you need to reload and let recovery happen.
Don't know what that means. I mean,
Okay, this is a super chat. Music guy, thank you so much for the super chat. Would you ever, this is going back to your nipple piercings, get a Prince Albert piercing?
if there's a lot of money on, I mean, I don't want anybody piercing my member.
Are you saying if the money was right, you would drive something through your penis?
For the right of my money, I do it myself. Like, listen, I mean,
Hey, there's a price tag for
pain's only gonna hurt for a little bit.
I don't think I knew that about you.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, now it matters more about financial security for my family. So if you give me enough money,
Do anything.
except for some gay shit, I'm not doing any gay shit.
Nobody
You know what I'm saying? Like-
nobody is mutilating my
Depends on the
genitalia.
It depends on the dollar. Like maybe it's one. It doesn't count. That's my boy. The boy that we did, that my buddy was talking about the nipple piercing. That's a guy. He's so hysterical. So he was talking about what he would do for money. Yeah, he has no problem with it.
How many zeros?
He's like, I can do that once. You know, it's like, I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude.
All right, guys. I think I have. Oh, he said autocorrect deload.
Yeah, so listen, until I fail, and people say you shouldn't fail, until I fail on the pronation lift, I'm not stopping. And if I fail, I think I'll just take a few pounds off and then start again. Until, you know, if I
Until August 2nd.
Until August 2nd, right? So let me just give you guys an idea. Tomorrow's lift. This is my next 10 days. 155 and a quarter. My goal was 155 by August 2nd. Tomorrow is 155 and a quarter. If
What was
that-
your previous PR?
154.
Okay.
So 156 would be on Friday. 156.75 on Saturday. 157.5 on Sunday. 58.25 Monday. 59 on Tuesday. 59.75 on Wednesday. 60.5 on Thursday. 61.25 on Friday. 162 on Saturday. So if I don't fail in my next 10 days, I hit 162.
Mark Wright says, shout out from Warlock Arm Wrestling TV. We believe in Mark.
Appreciate all you share all my stuff, all my Facebook stuff they share. I appreciate that. That's awesome. But seriously, so think about that. If I don't fail, just by July 20th, a 162 is one heavy ass pronation lift.
I mean, I think that puts you at number 3.
Behind that, it'd be Levon,
Yeah.
Devin, me.
And that's.
Levon's 176, Devin's 165. That would be a 162. I think so. Leonidas did a 165. It was different.
Really?
It was different than Devin's, but it was still crazy impressive.
Phil Woody says that England is kicking off in the World Cup semifinals in 30 minutes. I enjoyed seeing that in that little, it's not called a bar,
Pub?
that we
Yeah.
stopped at. Where
Yeah.
were we, in York when we did that? Or I can't
Could have been.
No, it was where his family member or friend or something owned that hotel, and we walked down from there.
I thought that was Lake District.
No, that wasn't the Lake District. It's where we stayed in that very cute hotel. Phil, where was that? It was a friend of yours that owned
It was Lake District.
Oh, it was a Lake
Yeah,
District.
yeah.
It was
Yeah, when the big dog, the big.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Lake District.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, so Leonidas did do an interesting 165 pronation.
See, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's big. Like it comes way off the ground. It's
See,
a
I knew he was big on the curls.
yeah, it's
I
a
guess
different
I
lift, but his pronation stays intact.
The Drew says, wasn't Levon's 165 lift easy though? Just to show he could do it?
I think he
Yeah,
did
but he did
175.
176 too,
Okay.
and the 176 looked like he could still do more.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil said Euros, not World Cup.
Yeah, so his 176 still, but still, it's the heaviest ever that we've ever seen.
I think he took 176 and just.
Well, no, I don't think he did that with it. He did something else with that, like we did this number, but the 176, he did get it and drop. I posted the picture of the 165.5, because I have the video because someone shared it the other day. And the 165.5, he gets high off the ground.
Yeah, he said it was Gaza's Place near Windermere Lake District.
Yeah. Now he does start higher, like his instead of here, his is here, so you don't have that same.
It changes.
It's still impressive though.
Right.
Like who gives a shit?
Okay, Michael, we're going to finish with this question because you got to go sign adoption papers.
Oh, I got to go sign adoption papers.
Yes, and Ryan Caves. Last question. And I need to get Bandit inside too.
So who on here thinks that I will make it all the way through the 20th without failing on my pronation? That means a 162 PR pronation lift on July 20th.
Me.
You think I'll go without
Oh,
failing?
I do.
I do too. I do too.
Seeing how easy it's.
It's not. I mean,
Because even on the.
What is your weight today?
strip this morning, 68.6.
He's always got to throw in that strip, guys.
Well, I mean, that's just my actual body. That's what I mean. Like, right, if I go weigh right now and I've only had, one meal, I bet I'm 73 like this, 74.
Lloyd thinks that he says I do. And Victor says me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, but here's the question. Ryan Caves, what is your proudest moment or match in your long career?
2012 Andre push card.
Yeah.
2012 Andre push card. No one predicted me to win. Even Ingen Terzi said there was a 20% chance that I would tie. No one predicted me to win. That was a 3-3. Best Ingen gave me is 20% chance at 3-3. And I was the ArmWrestling heavyweight champion, super heavyweight champion, and I was an ArmWrestling heavyweight champion. And Neil's like, PAL called me and bet me $1,000 that Andre's going to beat you 6-0. I said, take that bet, but tell him I'm going to win 6-0. I just believed in myself. You know, I knew what was possible, and I knew back then I knew if I stopped the match, I could win the match. Something changed in the last few years about stopping the match, winning the match. I've lost matches once. Like, I hadn't really been flashed a lot. I had been out arm wrestled. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. I think I'm getting back to a point to where I'm going to control the arm wrestling match. Like I said, there's a lot of work to be done. I'm not there yet. This next match is going to be a big test, but it's one that I feel like I'm ready for. So I'm excited, and I'm blessed, and I'm thankful. And either way, I go on a cruise with my beautiful wife the very next day. So.
What's very ironic about this next match is that was your original plan anyway.
It was. I talked about this in ketamine treatment.
Yes.
Yeah, you talked about.
That is the names that you lined out while you were in ketamine treatment.
Yeah.
So that's very ironic. Okay, we've got to sign off, guys. Michael's got legal stuff to do. We got to go in. Take Bandit. Gotta feed this guy.
Oh
You
my
guys have been
God.
awesome. Thank you so much for
Huge.
hanging out. And we look forward to chatting.
Appreciate you guys. God bless. Take care.